My son was born in 2007, and he wasn't even 2 months old, and he passed away. He was born January 15th of 2007, and he passed away March 14th of 2007. And I thought he passed away from SIDS. I thought he passed away from SIDS in the beginning.
SIDS?
Yeah, sudden infant death syndrome. But he was in the hospital on life support. I remember one time, his mother, Tara, she's deceased now. She was hit by a car in Florida, walking the streets intoxicated. And she passed away several years after Dominic passed away, while we were separated, because we also had another little girl. We had a daughter, Gabriella. But we were going through our back and forth. I met her in Florida. This is after I stayed, after the situation with the yacht. I ended up getting tied up with, these people, and they helped open up a tattoo shop called Vicious Visions Body Art Tattoos and Photography. And I was doing, body piercings and tattoos, and we were doing a bunch of photography shoots and stuff like that in Hollywood, Florida, between Hollywood and Hollandale, a lot of Miami area too. And I was in a bar, and I met Gabby and Dominic's mother in there. And she would never give me the time of day. She called me a hot boy at the time because I was just always out going to bars and splurging and spending money. And she would never talk to me. I was moving a lot of cocaine for the Colombians at that time in Florida. And that's part of the reason why my tattoo shop took off so fast, was all the cocaine that we were moving. I mean, we were getting big shipments. We were chopping it down, cutting it with, a powder, some substances to, weaken the potency, and re-rocking it. And, we just made a lot of money doing that. And we used the tattoo shop as our front. But Tara always told me she would never talk to me or give me the time of day because I wasn't living the right type of lifestyle. And Tara did coke and drink. She was an alcoholic. She was a coke addict, and she smoked crack. But I remember her. She was very beautiful for her age. She was young, and she was just in that street life. And she told me if I ever went back to Indiana and got out of the life that I was living in Florida, she would move down to Indiana, and we can try and start a family by being sober and doing it the right way. So I ended up I had a Lincoln Navigator when they first came out, and this was about 2003, 2004, and I was up for days. I did a couple tattoo parties, and I remember I was up and I was going down Dixie Highway in Hollywood, and the street in Dixie Highway is divided by the tri-rail. So you can go north on one side of the tracks, and then on the other side you go south. And I was actually going north, and I thought I got to the railroad crossing, and I was changing the CD in the CD changer, and I had my hands on the wheel, and I thought I was already at the train crossing, and I made a left-hand turn, and I went up the rocks, and I came down, and the truck, brand new Lincoln Navigator, it wasn't even in my name, it was in someone else's name, because like I said, I never had a driver's license and wasn't legal, and I didn't want to get pulled over. I would falsify my name and use other people's driver's licenses when I drove. But I came up on these tracks, and I came down, and part of the axle fell out of the front of the truck, and I just left it there. I grabbed all the dope I had in the car and my tattoo equipment, and I hiked it home.